Hi, I'm Holly Williams. Welcome to Holistic Life. Hey friends, welcome to Holistic Life. I'm Holly, and today we're going to talk about the 7 movements of the spine in 5 different postures. You won't need any props, just you, yourself, mat. You don't even need a mat. Just some space to maybe roll around and explore movements, and that's about it. I do have another video that highlights the 6 curves of the spine and feeling that through breath. I also have a yoga anatomy video highlighting the 6 curves of the spine and the movements of the spine as they relate to the different sections of the vertebrae and how it all comes together. So today we're going to move very gently, 5 postures and movements within those 5 postures relating to the spine. We will begin on our backs in conscious rest or active rest or constructive rest, whatever you'd like to call it. Allowing the feet to be wide on the mat so the knees can fall towards one another. And just take a couple moments to settle here into the back body, taking a couple breaths, just relaxing for a moment. And while we're here relaxing, I'd like to go through the different movements of the spine. We have flexion and extension, so that's folding forward and folding back like back bends, so that's 2. We have lateral movements, which are side to side, so that's 2 more. We also have rotations, so anytime something crosses the center line, so we can do that left and right, so there's 2 more. And then the last one, you can consider it 2 more. We consider extension a movement of the spine, but you can also consider compression. So there's 7 or 8. Let's call it 7, just because, lucky number 7, why not? So we're going to explore each one of those movements within these 5 postures. In constructive rest posture, of course, we can't forward fold, but what we can do is allow the spine to flex forward. And we're going to do that by gently bringing the knees towards the chest. So that's going to bring the tail up just a little bit. Let's take an inhale, and as you exhale, let's bring the chin towards the chest, maybe gently lifting the heart towards the knees. And now we have a little bit of flexion in the spine. With your exhale, go ahead and release the feet back to the floor. Feel the 4 corners of the feet, feel the heels. Allow the feet to be as close to the hips as you can. And with your next inhale, let's press the feet into the floor. Let the hips rise. Coming into a bridge posture. So you can consider this a little bit of a back bend. We have a little bit of extension this way. It is more considered a shoulder stand. So you could also consider this axial extension, so spinal extension. If you lengthen through the knees and you lengthen through the crown of the head, then the spine lengthens lengthwise. With your exhale, bring the tail back to the floor. Let's go ahead and bring the knees back into the chest, tuck the chin, and exhale it all back down. Some side to side motion here on the back. A really great way to do that is I've heard them called penguin sit-ups, but we're not actually going to do sit-ups. But take your hand and reach towards a heel. So you're going to feel a little bit of stretch, a little bit of lengthening, strengthening in one side, and then go ahead and bring your fingertips towards the other heel. So a little side to side. You may have to lift your head a little bit, but we can feel this here in the side bodies. Now moving into rotation, let's bring the knees into the chest. Bring the arms out to the side and let the knees fall over to one side, turning the head the opposite way. And by allowing the knees to cross over center, we can have a bit of a spiral here in the spine. Whenever you're ready, let's bring the knees back to center and let them go to the other side. Feeling full rotations all the way through the spine. As you're ready, let's bring the knees back into the chest. Just give them a little bit of a hug, and let's allow ourselves to roll completely over to a side. Lengthen the legs, and we're going to set up for our second posture. Our second posture is here in Makkarasana, lying on the belly. Tops of the feet are on the floor. Hands are stacked with the forehead placed. Now there's no real way to do like a forward fold here in Makkarasana, but what we can do is move into a different posture that's still belly down. So what we'll do, we'll take the hands, place them underneath the shoulders. First, let's do a little bit of a back bend. So press the hands into the floor, allow the shoulders to lift, the heart will lift, lengthen back through the feet, coming into a little bit of a back bend. And then when you exhale, press the hands down, let the tail reach back, and we're going to extend the tail back towards the heels, and we're going to come into a child's pose. We can also consider this axial extension, where the crown of the head and the tail gently pull away from each other, adding length through the spine. Now let's go back into a cobra. Press into the tops of the legs. Let the hips and belly gently come onto the floor. Inhale, pressing the hands in, little bit of a back bend. You can wiggle the tail if you like. And then exhale, press the hands in, let the tail reach back, little bit of extension here. Now let's do some lateral movements. So walking the hands one way off the mat, little bit of a side bend. Maybe feeling nice length in the side of the shoulder. And then let's walk the hands through center and off to the other side. Walking the hands through center. Go ahead and press into the hands. Let the hands travel forward. Coming back onto the belly. We're going to do a little bit of rotation here in Makkarasana, just because this is one of my favorite things to do. So let's be here. Let's call it Sphinx. Elbows are down. Hands are nice and active. Tops of the feet are nice and active. Having a nice axial extension, lengthening through the spine. Let's press one foot into the floor, let the other one rise, and we're going to let it cross over center. Keep the arms on the floor, and we're just going to reach back through the heel. Nice little spiral in the spine. As you're ready, let's return this foot back to the floor. Press it in, let the other foot get light. Let it cross over center, reach back through that heel. As you're ready, let's return it back to the floor. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, let the heart and lungs lift us. A little bit of a back bend. Exhale, the hands will press down. The tail will reach back. Now let's come up into our third posture, table, and we'll move through the movements here. So real easy way, everyone knows this one. Cat and cow is a great way to practice flexion and extension, folds and back bends. Pressing the hands into the floor, pressing the knees into the floor. Let's let the belly come in towards the spine, the pelvis, and the heart move in towards each other for a little bit of flexion here. And exhale, let the belly sink down, the pelvis tilts forward, the heart lifts, and now we're in a little bit of a back bend. One more time through cat and cow with your breath. Adding some lateral movement. So bringing, let's say, your right hip and your right ear towards each other. And then your left hip and your left ear towards each other. So wagging your tail a little bit and also wagging your head. So as one side body lengthens, the other side body shortens. Lengthening the muscles, tendons, tissues all along the spine. Adding a little bit of a twist. Let's press one hand into the floor, let the other one get real light, bringing that hand up onto the ribs, letting the heart spiral forward. And going to the other side, pressing this hand down into the floor, letting the other one get light, bringing it up to the ribs, letting the heart spiral over. And exhaling that hand back down. A little bit of extension. Let's press the feet into the floor, lengthen through the crown of the head, feeling weight in the hands, nice bendy elbows. We don't want to lock those elbows out. And exhale. Really reach back through that tail. One more time. Inhale, tops of the feet go down, the crown of the head will reach forward, nice bendy elbows. And exhale, the hands go down and the tail reaches back. Now let's come up here into a table. We'll cross the ankles, let the tail roll over the ankles, and we'll come here into our fourth posture of seated. That's really nice and fun to explore these movements in seated because you have so much range. You can be cross-legged, you can sit in staff, you can do a wide-legged, you can do like figure four stuff. We're going to stay nice and simple and just do a cross-legged seated posture. Starting with folds. First we're going to extend. So let's inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Maybe even let the arms help extend up through the spine. And we're going to exhale, bring the hands forward, walk the hands forward. Little bit of flexion, a forward fold here in seated. Tucking the chin, maybe feel that length all the way down the back, all the way down the spine into the pelvis. Let your next inhale lift you up, and we're going to switch the positions of our legs just so we can get equal love on either side, walking the hands away, folding forward, bringing the belly in towards the thighs, tucking the chin. Your inhale will lift you up. Let's extend up through the fingertips, bring the hands together, and we're going to exhale for some lateral movements, side to side, crescents. Inhale through center and exhale to the other side. Now let's add some twists. Inhale, let's turn the heart over to one side, bringing one hand to the front, one hand to the back. You can use your knee for some support. And then we'll inhale the arms up halfway, let that heart travel over to the other side, a little bit of a twist this way. You can turn your head all the way around too. And then let's inhale up through center, lengthen, extension. tail goes down, crown goes up, and exhale. Let's bring the hands down. Excellent. So let's move into posture number 5. It'll be standing, and an easy way to get there, you can always go onto your knees into a tabletop. One of my favorite ways is to tuck the toes, walk the hands towards the body, press the hands down, let the knees lift, the tail will rotate back, and then you can very gently allow your weight to move into the hands, lengthen through the legs, let the tail rise, bring the hands to the knees. And here we are in Tadasana. All right, feeling the feet, feeling the front corners of the feet, feeling the inside, outside of the heels, maybe feel weight shift between the feet. Get yourself nice and comfortable, nice bendy knees. We want a nice healthy bend in the knees. We don't want to lock those knees out and press them back. We want to have them nice and smushy, nice loose hips, nice loose shoulders. And let's practice the movements here in Tadasana. So with our folds, of course, we know forward fold. Let's lengthen first. Inhale, lengthen the arms up, extend up through the spine, and we're going to exhale. Fold here at the pelvis. Keep the spine nice and long. Let the belly go into the thighs. Nice bent knees. Bring the hands to the floor. Bring the chin towards the chest. Now our belly resting into our thighs allows our spine to rest here in our forward fold. You can have your knees as bent as you would like. I like very, very bent knees. It's super comfortable. It feels really good on my back. Lets me get a nice, wholesome forward fold. So let's go into our back bend very gently. Let's come up into a flat back, press the floor away with the feet. Bring the hands up to the knees. And then very gently press into the knees. Go ahead and lengthen up. We're going to lengthen up through the spine, up through the heart. Press the floor away. Bring the hands together. Now we're here in a little bit of a back bend. Let's exhale and straighten it out. So let's do that move one more time, a little bit faster. Forward fold, belly into the thighs, chin to the chest. And let's inhale all the way up into our back bend. Let's inhale, press into the feet. Let the spine articulate up. Shoulders will come back. Chest will lift. Hands will come up, coming together. Pressing the floor away, pressing the heart up towards the ceiling. Lifting in the chin, and exhale. All right, some crescents and twists, and we're all good to go in the spine. So press into the feet, let the arms rise, don't lock out the knees, bring the hands together, and let's exhale over one way, keeping both feet firmly on the floor. Inhale up through center, and exhale the other way. Now let's twist. We'll inhale up, lengthen first. We're going to exhale, bring the heart over, keeping the knees nice and juicy, the hips nice and juicy. We're just turning at the heart. Let's inhale, hands to the heart through center, and exhale to the other side. One more time. Inhale, heart to center. Let the heart travel over. Nice bent knees. Exhaling. Inhale, we'll lengthen, hands to heart. Let the heart spiral over and exhale. Let's inhale here to center, hands to heart center, and let's exhale. Let's go all the way down to the floor, meeting back in seated. All right. All right, nice job. 5 simple postures with very simple movements in the spine can really help add dimension to any simple yoga practice or really any movement practice that you may have. check out my other videos having to do with the spine. We have one with the breath and one that's all about anatomy, and then other videos as well. Just check them out. There's a whole bunch of them. Find me on Instagram at Holistic Life, and maybe this practice let your life be a little bit more holistic too. I'll see you later, guys. Thank you so much.